A cheap Porsche. Is that a stupid thing to do, to buy a cheap Porsche? I love a cheap car, I love a bargain, and you know what? That thing looks quite nice. So in today's video, we're going to do the usual stuff, have a little wander around it, go through the HPI, go for a little drive in it, and talk about if it's worth buying a cheap Porsche. Years old, guys. No, 16. I keep getting my years mixed up. It's 2022. This is 17 years old, guys. Look at that car for a 17-year-old car. That is a super attractive thing. This is the Porsche 987 Boxster S. Boxster S. The S is a big thing, guys. Big thing because there it is, the badge on the back there. Because a Boxster, a normal Boxster, is a 2.7 litre engine. The Boxster S is a 3.2 litre engine, so it's a lot bigger, a bit more power. I think this has got 280 brake horsepower. But yeah, this is just coming as a bit of stock. It is going up sale. 05, I think, was like the early, is that as early as they came? Maybe they come out a bit earlier than that. The Boxster 986, the original, the first Boxster ever made. I think they came out in about 1996, and they went on until, well, right up till nearly the time that these come out. So they obviously done well out of them. People sort of used to say a Boxster is a poor man's Porsche. I don't know, maybe the earlier ones, I don't know, I disagree, man. I think what's nice about a Porsche Boxster is, let me just quickly show you one of the benefits for having a Porsche Boxster. Well, firstly, this is not a benefit, you don't get rear seats, whereas in a 911 you do get rear seats. But what you do get with a Boxster is, if we pop them two things there, you can kind of get two boots, because normally an engine would sit under the bonnet of a car, right? But on a Porsche Boxster, the engine sits in the middle, meaning in the front you've got this little cubby area, which is all really nice. Got these plastics up here, which is also very nice. Porsche logo up there, I like that. Strut that calv properly. German, it just sounds German, doesn't it? Solid, mate. And then you come around the back and you've got a similar size boot. Should we call it the boot? Yeah, we should call it the boot, where the engine is sort of in there. So if you wanted to, I don't know, maybe keep your food warm or whatever, probably a bit warmer in here than it is in the front. So yeah, that's all very nice. You can check your levels up there, look, as well. So yeah, quite an interesting car. The reason why I want to talk about these is because I think they are unbelievable value for money. Like, look at that car. Have a guess in your mind right now how much you think that car's worth. How much you think that car's worth? I'm going to tell you right now. Ready? 987 Porsche Boxsters, the non-S cars. I think the cheapest one on Auto Trader at the minute is about 7.5 grand. It's a rear-wheel drive mid-engine sports car built by the Germans with a Porsche badge, guys, right? The S's, I think the S's start at about 10 grand. You can get them a little bit less than that with super high mileage, like 100, I say super high, I was going to say 130,000 miles. That is not super high mileage, but it's actually quite high mileage on one of these. Now, this car's done 69,000 miles, so it's definitely worth a bit more than 10 grand. And I look at that car and I think, if I saw it going down the road, I would not look at that like it's sort of a near 10 grand car. Now, this car has got some nice little options. One of them, if I come down at like this angle here, I think that's quite a nice angle. Them wheels, look at them wheels. And I would say, just going by the tyre brand on this car, it's got Toyo Proxies. This car has been loved, guys. The front wheels, by the way, they're two 35, 35 19s. And they've come to the back, typical Porsche stuff. Look how chunky them rear tyres are. Look at that. Big fat rear tyres, and then at the rear, guys, we've got two 6.5 35 90s, so really big chunky tyres at the rear. Again, as you come around the rear, it's a very attractive thing. Twin exhaust, and yeah, I keep looking at that plate and thinking that don't look right on that car. 05 plate car, look how good it looks. So we hop back in on the inside, full leather, all in black. It's a manual gearbox car, 6-speed manual, by the way. Nice steering wheel. I think again that steering wheel is quite modern for its time. It's got no multi-functions, and it's got a horn. Oh, there we go. Proper Porsche horn, that is. Smells like a Porsche inside, feels like a Porsche, because it's a bloody Porsche, Calv. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's all just, Porsches are all just so solid and feel very good. That'll do to summarise that sentence. So I think what I want to do is quickly hop inside, start the engine, guys, have a little listen. Sounds so mechanical, doesn't it? They sort of sound like they're like cranking up like an old-fashioned, old-school car, but they're not. They're super modern. That's just Porsche for you. It's a flat 6 engine, by the way. Did I mention that? You lot probably know that anyway. Do you know what? Let me just quickly throw the camera up in the window there, yeah? That's better. Shut that door. Keeping it warm because it is freezing outside. Yeah, so Porsche Boxster, what was I going to say? I've got the engine running, I want to get the car warm, demist the windows. I did actually have the engine running on the car the whole time that I filmed the cinematics at the beginning, because I wanted to get it warm, because it's obviously important that you warm up a car before you go out for a drive in it, right? But with these engines in particular, they suffer with bore scoring, and it's quite a common thing. So with a Porsche, pretty much any Porsche going of this era, you want to get it warm, be gentle, and sort of bed it in before you start flattening it around everywhere. So yeah, we will get it warm. Also, the added benefit is, you know, for me, I get to stay in the warm as well. So yeah, let me put up the HPI. We'll quickly talk about that, guys, because I know you lot love that. Not loads to talk about here, but 5 registers are clear. It's not stolen, it's not got no finance on it or none of that. 2 former keepers, 6-speed manual gearbox, obviously Boxster S at the top, big deal that is. Convertible, which is obvious. Current keeper since January 2019. First registered on the 15th of July 2005, 3 days before my birthday. I would have been, how old would I have been then? 18, I think that might be my 18th birthday, guys. Moving on from that, HPI spec check. This is the interesting bit. 2.5 stars on the spec. Bose surround system. Gotta love a bit of Bose sound, didn't ya? Metallic paint, £543. Blimey. Maybe it comes as a base silver as well, but this has got metallic silver. Heated seats, which, you know, I might actually get them on right now. Nice little heated seats. Love that. Rollover bars in exterior colour, £257. Yeah, I quite like that. Wind deflector with storage box. So wind deflector, that's gonna come in handy if you're one of them silly billies that likes to get the roof down. Some people do that. I say get the roof down. Some people do it. Some people do it in the winter. Get your words out, Calv. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. Door entry guards in stainless steel. Oh, they're nice. Yeah, very nice. I like them. Wheel centers with full colour Porsche crest. So your centre caps, if you want them in full colour, not plain black, I guess that's what they come as the standards, they cost you £107. Is that bad? I don't know. So yeah, that's all quite good. £39,160 new, £2,616 worth of extras. But it doesn't actually mention them lovely 19-inch wheels, because if you look on Auto Trader at all like the entry-level Porsche Boxsters and the Boxster S's, I don't think any of them have got these wheels. So I think personally, I'm not saying it would be a deal breaker, but it's very hard to find a good example of a used car that's got good spec with little owners and blah de blah, and this car does seem to tick all the boxes. So yeah, I love them wheels. Moving on from that, NMR check, national mileage register. Remember I went through that with the Fiesta ST that I bought recently, the red one. That was a clocked car, although it turned out it probably wasn't, but always good to do that. Glasses valuation with 63,000 miles. It does say by going by glasses, the retail asking price on this should be £13,550. The cat black book valuation based on it having 170,000 miles, that's not even valuable to us. With 30,000 miles, it's saying 12,000. This is how much book values vary specifically on these types of cars. £12,395. That's random. And then if you go to an actual valuation on cap, this is using our system. This is using our system, enterreg.com. Cap valuation with 69,000 miles is £10,650. Really broad range of valuations there. None of them are too accurate. When you're buying a car like this, you've kind of got to buy with instincts and have a good look at the market yourself and get a good idea of what you're buying. Now, we sell a lot of Porsches. I do like to buy a lot of these cars because they don't really drop in value. They're very good from value point of view, and yeah, they're good sellers. So yeah, we've done everything. That'll do. What we'll do now is the car is nice and warm. Let's give it a little rev, see what it sounds like. Listen to this. Sounds so bloody good, doesn't it? Like, it sounds, I know I used the word mechanical earlier. That is exactly what these cars sound like. The engine is just there. The induction sounds as it sucks from them. I'm guessing that's what them intakes are on the side of the car, just sucking there. You can sit here and just rev that all day long, but I won't because I want to drive it, all right? So heated seats are getting warm. Before we go out for a drive, what I really want to do, you know them silly billies that I just spoke about that get the roof down when it's freezing cold outside, and you look at them on the road and you think, Mate, are you being serious? I'm gonna be one of them silly billies today, guys. Let's get the roof down, yeah? So as you pull that handle, the windows drop a little bit, and then you've got this little handle here, or lever, button, and the roof comes down. Windows go back up. Guys, do you know what I need? I need a hashtag on it woolly hat, don't I? From CalvinCarDiary.com. Let me just go grab one now. Because it is absolutely freezing, and yeah, we are on it, guys, on it. So let me throw this GoPro up in the window so we've got a front facing shot. You guys can hear me all right, because obviously the mic might get drowned out a little bit with a bit of wind noise, but luckily we've got the optional what's it called again, the thing that stops the wind deflector calv on this car, so that should help us quite a bit. Now I talk about the silly billies that like to get their roof down in the winter. As much as I do feel like a bit of a silly billy, look at that is running smooth as anything, boys. And when you look out the back, going back to the bore scoring thing, you want to look out for smoke. If you're buying a Porsche, look out for a smoky engine. Some of them are a little bit smoky anyway, especially when they're aged a little bit, but you don't want excessive smoking, because that is going to be a sign that it's likely that you've got bore scoring. And if you have, or you want to double check that you have, you can actually get someone to stick a camera inside the engine to just double check, all right? So definitely look out for that. But yeah, I was going to say about the getting the roof down. One thing I would say about getting the roof down on any car is it is just such a much more enjoyable experience when you get the roof down. It feels strange, like I'm looking up at trees, guys. This is brilliant. If you've never driven a convertible car, if you're one of them people that criticizes people that look at them show-offs in their bloody convertible, if you're one of them people and you've still not yet experienced getting the roof down on the car, you need to do it, because it is quality. You get to hear the sounds, feel the wind. I know today is freezing, but for the purpose of a video, it is without a doubt worth it. And whoa, back end, oh my god, that slid out. The roads are a little bit icy today, a bit of sliding there. Quite surprised really with them big fat rear tyres. Torque level, so I said it's 280 brake horsepower. I think torque is in the region of about 260 pounds-feet of torque, so they're not a very torquey engine, but they sound good. They do pull surprisingly well. These roads are dodgy, man, dodgy. Get him in his van, he's probably looking at me thinking, what's that idiot doing? I'm enjoying a little weekday drive out in my Porsche, mate. High revving, I ain't gonna rev the nuts out of it, because I don't want to slow down for the bend, Calv. Slow down the bend, slow down for the bend. Yeah, because I don't want to break it. We do not want to break any cars on this channel, guys, although we've had a few broken cars on this channel. But yeah, a cheap Porsche, let's talk about that subject quickly. Is it a mistake buying a cheap Porsche? I think with anything in life, you want to just have you're buying a used item, you want to just double check, you want to do your research. What are the common faults? What are the things you need to be scared of? What things are going to break the bank? Because if this car had got a horrendous engine problem, then you know that is going to break the bank. And I think values are the most important thing. Does it matter if you buy a Porsche with a broken engine if you buy it for cheap enough? Is that even a problem? I think values are the priority thing, and also where are the values going? Like if you're buying a car of this age now, of any kind, thank you sir, sports car of this age, of this kind of value, you ain't going to lose no money on it. It's a safe thing to spend your money on, which is why, like I said earlier, it's why I like to buy things like this myself. So yeah, could be a mistake, could be a gamble, but I suppose everything in life is a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? So I think what we'll do now is traction controls kicking in. We'll head up to the dual carriageway and we'll do dragging times, yeah? 3, 2, 1, go! Come on! Gear change was absolutely spot on. Done. It's funny, the speedos in Porsches are done in 25, 50, 75 and 100 mile-an-hour intervals, which I always find quite interesting. I love the dash layout of Porsches. I think that looks really nice. So anyway, dragging time. Let me quickly have a little glimpse down. It's not bad. So I sort of guessed that it would be in the 6s somewhere, and the first run was 6.48 seconds. So leave me to it for a bit. I'll come back to you in a sec and I'll let you know what the quickest time was, yeah? Right, so I've done 2 more draggy runs. The first one was a really good time, but unfortunately it was unverified, meaning I cannot use that run. The second one was a verified run. I smashed the first run. I've done it in 6.17 seconds, I think. Let me just double check that. Yeah, 6.17 seconds. So that's a really good time. I'm impressed with that. What was quite interesting is in a straight line, it seemed to put down the power really well. I noticed, you know, earlier on we had a little slide on that bend there, but in a straight line it put the power down really well. And yeah, the roads are damp, it's a cold day. 6.17 seconds, that's really good. It does 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. On the draggy leaderboard, by the way, 6.17, it ain't massively impressive. Like, it hasn't beaten anything too wonderful, but I don't think that's what this car is about. It's only 280 horsepower, it ain't huge power. I just think it's a super attractive car, and I think a lot of people just love the Porsche brand, me included. I say it a lot, thank you, darling, thank you very much. I just absolutely rate the quality of Porsche. When you sit in this interior, in the shape of the dash, just loads of little things, the buttons, everything just feels so premium. Like that door handle just feels really nice. Even when you open that door, like, it just feels good. The shape of the mirrors, like, look at the shape of their mirrors, guys. They look wonderful. And even the fuel filler cap being on the wing there. I know the fuel tank's got to be at that area of the car because of the way the car's formed, but I love the fact that when you're at a pep station in your Porsche Boxster filling it up, you're filling it up in the front wing, yeah? So no, I like things like that. So yeah, that's the summary of the Porsche. I really like it. Draggy times was pretty good. It's driving really well. Like, this car, I was going through the gears solid, revving it right out to the end of the rev range, although I planned not to do that. It annoyingly does about 68 miles per hour in second gear, which is really good, but not very good if you're trying to do 20 to 70 mile an hour draggy times. But yeah, for a 10 grand-ish car, yeah, because that's what these cars are valued at, I think they're bloody brilliant. Great choice of car, safe way to spend your money, providing you do your research first. Make sure you do that research, because you don't want to buy a lemon. And like I said earlier, when you're driving down the road in your Porsche, I think people will look at you like you're driving a bloody 30 grand car, but you're not driving a 30 grand car. Is that like massively underexposed? It looks a bit bad, but it doesn't matter, because I'm going to say buy in a sec. It's a 10 grand car, it looks $1 million. I'm going to leave it as that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, do me a favour, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright, bye.